Howdy folks, and I hope your pelicans are flying wherever you are in collecting land. And welcome back to the channel for another quarter scale statue unboxing and review. So today, no ordinary statue, well at least not in my humble opinion. It's one of my most eagerly awaited statues of the year. It is none other than Blitzway's quarter scale take on Al Pacino as Tony Montana, aka Scarface, from the now legendary 83 classic, Brian De Palma directed classic that is Scarface, penned by Oliver Stone, and most certainly at least number 5 or maybe even higher in Mr. Go Figure's top 5 gangster movies of all time. Such an influential film, and as regulars to the channel will know, I am a huge Pacino fan and a huge Scarface fan, so I am really looking forward to this one. But before we dive in, I would like to send a Goodyear blimp size shout out to everybody who supported the channel, and please drop a like and hype on this video as it helps other people find Go Figure. And if you haven't already, as always, please mash that subscribe button and bell notification icon so you're not missing any of the quarter scale statue, 1/6 scale action figure, movie memorabilia, or any of that other great stuff that we've got coming up, including reviews, news, tours, showcases, and all the rest of it. So, not technically an unboxing and review, this one, because the last thing I thought you'd want to see is an old man struggling with an exceptionally heavy box. And also as well, I've got to say, as you can see up top here, the box itself didn't come with an art box. I was a little bit disappointed. I've had Blitzway statues obviously in the past, and I do like their work with Prime 1 Studios as well. I think when those two combine, there's nothing stopping them. Some of the best quarter scale statues out there. But unfortunately, with this one, no art box, and it would have been great to see maybe a black and white art box with the Scarface logo on there, but no, unfortunately didn't get one. But what we did get is this rather nicely decorated shipper box, and as you can see, it's got the Tony Montana logo on there, it's got the Scarface logo, the Blitzway logo, it even says the world is yours on the top there as well. And when you open that box up, you are greeted with a black styrofoam container, as is usual with Blitzway. It's got the Blitzway Velcro straps on there, and you've even got Scarface etched into the styrofoam on the top there. So that's the box and its contents, but we need to get up close and personal. So without further ado, let's dive down onto the table and have a look at all the bits and pieces that you get with your Tony Montana figure. Okay folks, so all the pieces out of the box, let's take a look at what you get. I thought we'd take a look at everything before we construct this this Tony Montana statue and going for a final verdict. And worthy of mention at this point as well, there are two versions of this particular statue. There is the rooted hair version and the sculpted hair version. I opted for the sculpted hair version. A couple of reasons behind that. One, I thought it looked just as good, almost as good anyway, as the rooted hair version. And also the fact that there is a massive price discrepancy between the sculpted and the rooted, and I really didn't think it justified the price difference, in my opinion. But yeah, there are two out there, and if you're wanting to pick up the rooted hair version, it is as good, if not better, than this one. Let's get the mundane stuff out of the way. You get a nice little black wallet thingamajig provided by Blitzway, and in there's all manner of stuff. You get a Blitzway sticker, you get this little booklet that gives you the QR code that will lead you to the instructions for assembling this thing, and you also get this certificate of authenticity as well, so nice inclusions there. And you also get this card as well. It says new wave of creation on the front, and that QR code is repeated as well. So yeah, that's nice to see. Let's take a look at the base before we look at anything else. And straight away, I mean, I knew what I was getting with this figure, and I think this is a cracking base. First impressions, absolutely nailed on here. I think they've done a wonderful job, but let's get up close and personal with it. Made out of polystone, so it's got some heft to it. It is going to be a heavy piece this once it's fully constructed, so it's going to need some support, but we'll start underneath as we always do. Let's flip this thing round, and underneath you've got the now legendary that sort of image from not only the movie posters but from DVDs and VHS and Blu-rays. It's just been used on just about everything. But I think it looks great on the bottom here. It's a sort of sticker, one of those vinyl stickers, and you've got that black and white image. It says Scarface in red, it says Universal, Blitzway, and quarter scale. Oh, quarter superb scale statue nonetheless. Good to see in the corner. You've got 4 foam pads there. Well, I think they're actually felt or foam, which will help to minimize slippage in the display, hopefully. Flip it back over and let's take a look at what they're giving us here. Well, straight away, obviously, Blitzway have gone down the route of replicating the set of stairs, the double set of stairs that lead up to Tony's office in his luxury mansion. And I think they've done a cracking job here, I've got to say. I think first impressions are excellent. What we're looking at is polystone, I believe, that has been sculpted and painted to look like marble, and the effect is very, very convincing indeed. You will be forgiven, actually, for thinking that this is actually real marble, but no, I think it is painted polystone. On the front there, you've got that black nameplate with the Scarface logo in there. You've got Tony Montana's logo here on the apex, and you've got this sort of almost like a brown leather feel. It's kind of unusual here where the slope of the staircase starts, but paint applications and sculpt on this I can't fault. Absolutely looks 100% like marble. Around the back here you've got that same thing going on, just minus the logo and the nameplate. So yeah, very, very nicely done. The detailing is excellent, the sculpt is excellent, paint applications are very, very good. Let's talk this the carpet on the stairs itself. Now I think they've done a cracking job here, Blitzway. I really do. It's that deep red, and I think what they've used is, it feels almost like a velvety material, but I think the color is absolutely on point. Obviously you've got the foot peg hole there to support the statue, and then the carpet itself runs down the stairs themselves. Now the top of this section, I don't know whether the light's catching this, but is actually scuffed around where the top stair is. Now I thought when I first saw reviews of this statue, I thought, hang on, is there a QC issue there because that's scuffing? No, but I think this is actually I think it's intentional on Blitzway's part to give it a slightly worn look, especially around the area of that top step there. So yeah, I think it looks excellent, adds that little extra sense of realism. But as you come down the stairs here, they're actually held in place, and they've got some lovely stitch work down the sides here. You know me and my 6 1/4 scale stitch work fetish, and I think they've done a cracking job there. Now these supports that actually hold the carpet in place look excellent. I think they're plastic, or may very well be sculpted polystone again, but they look very effective with that gold paint application. There is a specific name for these. It's not risers. I know that's the name of the stair itself there, that part of the stair there. I forget for the moment what these are actually called, but they're designed to hold the carpet in place, and they look very, very good indeed. Let's flip this thing back round. Now, yeah, I think they've done a cracking job here. I think it places the figure, it grounds the figure. I'm loving the sculpt and paint applications, and it's not too overpowering. So to go with this monstrous base, you also get a magnetic pillar. Once again, this is done in polystone, painted to look like marble, and once again done very, very well. Hefty this. You've got the sculpting around the edges there, these black sections in the middle. It's keyed in with a magnet, as most statues are, and you simply pop it in there. The third and final part of this base. Now here is where Mr. Go Figure encountered his first issue, and I'm not surprised, to be honest with you, because I've heard about this problem with this particular piece. I crossed my fingers when it was wending its way to me that this wouldn't be an issue, but unfortunately it has been, and it's this banister stroke balustrade. Now it looks great here, but when I took this out of the box, there were pieces hanging off, and one piece had broken off entirely. Now it's a really odd choice here from Blitzway. I believe the main part of the banister itself, this black section, it feels to me like it could be a heavy plastic, or maybe even a resin material, but this intricate detailing, this gold intricate detailing here, is actually made of very, very flimsy plastic. When I took this out of the box, this entire section here had broken away. This section was hanging off. It hadn't traveled very well, and when I examined it, these sections here at the bottom, where it's joined to the banister itself, are insubstantial, to say the least. Now, tiny little bits of what looks like crazy glue attaching them there, and the tiniest little pegs, and you can probably see here that one in particular, super delicate, super loose, looks like it's going to fall out any second. I am not going to attempt to put these into the slots themselves. This actually fits, as you can see here, will fit in like this. And I'm going to do that off camera, because if one of these pieces falls out, it's going to be a repair job, and I'm going to be using language which will probably end up getting this review a strike. So yeah, we'll take a look at that fully constructed when we go in for a full look at the statue itself. Now, first complaint, only complaint so far is this piece. Really odd choice there, I think. Let's put that to one side and pray it doesn't break anymore. So let's just move this whole base section to one side so we can get a closer look at the rest of the bits that come with Tony. You also get his chain here. This is metal. I've not taken it out of the bag as of yet, because I've got sausage fingers and no doubt it will stroll off if I take it out. But yeah, made out of metal, painted this vivid gold color, and that's to go around the neck, obviously. The hands, let's take a look at the hands. Two hands, no other swap out hands, you just get a right and a left hand, as always, magnetically keyed into the body itself. And I thought we'd take a look at these so we can get close up before we build the figure itself. Now, let's start with the hand with the wristwatch on it. And I've got to say, I think, and I'm hoping the light is picking this up, this is where I think Blitzway really excel, and it's the paint applications here. These skin tones and textures are absolutely superb in my opinion. You've got the vein work going on in there, you've got the reddening on the knuckles, the paint applications in the palms and the creasing in the palms is phenomenal, even down to the bone work in the wrist area there. The nails themselves beautifully painted with the cuticles. Overall, really nice hands these. And you've even got that wristwatch on there. Now that does move. That isn't part of the sculpt, so that's been added after. I think that is sculpted plastic, but that watch is absolutely 100% screen accurate. Not sure what brand of watch Tony wore. Maybe someone can let me know in the comment section below, but as far as I can tell, yeah, that square face with the black circle in the center there, all screen accurate. And you also get the Beretta holding hand as well. Now, odd choice this one, because as you'll see when we bring the body of the statue out, this is pretty much meant to be from the close of the movie, where he brings out the rifle and the grenade launcher and stands on top of this staircase and opens fire on the heavies that have been sent to kill him. And I don't believe he actually uses this. This is the gun that he's holding when he's killed Manny. So maybe a bit of artistic license there from Blitzway, but I think once again the hand is really beautifully done. As with the other hand, the skin textures and tones excellent, vein work excellent, bone structure excellent, nails excellent. As you can tell, this is turning into a gush fest, even down to the sculpted in ring there with that nice gold paint application. The gun itself is free floating, so I would say exercise caution. It could probably come out of that hand, but yeah, plastic, very nicely done, Beretta with suppressor. So that's the hands. Let's put those to one side. Let's take a look at the body before we get to the all-important head sculpt. Still in the wrapper, this guy. This will be the first time I've seen this. So let's bring him out and have a look. And straight away, I've got to say, let's remove these bits of foam here. It's going to look a bit creased because he's been in transit from far-flung places for some time. I can't go on proportions until we've got this thing built, so let's just talk about the suit. Mixed media, obviously, this particular statue, and I've got to say I am liking that suit a lot. Let's start at the bottom. Let's have a quick look at the boots. Sculpted polystone. Obviously, we've got the Cuban heels. Nice paint application on there, looks screen accurate to give them that sheen. Then you've got the suit itself. It's a cotton material. It's that uneven pinstripe, that dark blue that he wears towards the end of the movie. And as you can see, it probably needs a steaming. This he's very creased indeed. So yeah, it's looking a bit worse for wear straight out of the box. Let's remove that silica gel, which has split open and is going everywhere. But yeah, you've got the white shirt underneath there. The white collared shirt, nice stitch work on there. That looks very effective indeed. You've got the pocket handkerchief going on there. The vest underneath, nicely done. Button work, very good. You've got the brown belt with the gold buckle there, all looking on point. But obviously, straight out of the box, this guy is going to be a little bit on the crease side. So we will sort that out between takes before we look at the full constructed Mr. Montana run finally. And the main reason for doing these parts individually is I wanted to get up close with this head sculpt. Now, this is only the second time I've seen this head sculpt, so yeah, I've got to say I think it's very, very good indeed. Excuse me, careful not to knock the camera over there. First impressions, or second impressions. I think Blitzway have done a phenomenal job here. Let's talk about the sculpt first of all. Brave choice this to go with this particular look. It's more that look he gives Manny when he realizes his sister's in the house with him, rather than the mad maniacal look that he adopts at the end of the movie. I think that's a wise choice that they've gone for here. I think this is a cracking head sculpt. Skin tones and textures. Let's talk tones and textures. You can probably see here that Blitzway have actually they've actually even sort of what looks like painted on here chest hairs coming up the chest area. The skin tones and textures are phenomenal here. We've got a 5 o'clock shadow, which is actually rough to the touch. That looks great. I have heard some people complaining a little bit about these eyes, that he's got panda eyes. I think, and I've watched this film at least twice a year, and I revisited it just before this review. And by the end of the movie, he has imbibed so much of the, how can I put this, the South American talcum powder, because after all, he is a talcum powder salesman, isn't he? He's imbibed so much of the talcum powder that he has got dark sections under his eyes. He's not slept forever either, I can imagine, and I think, to me, that isn't a problem. I think it works really well. You've got the scar down the face there that runs through the eyebrows. The eyebrows are just right. Loving the eye work here if the light's catching this. Super glassy. That sort of, and it's somewhere between green, grey and brown. Getting Al Pacino's eyes right is very, very difficult in any scale. But I think Blitzway have nailed it on here. You've got a brown area towards the eye, towards the lens of the eye itself, and then coming out into a brown, then going into that sort of greeny grey colour. Looks phenomenal. The eyelashes, beautifully done. And as I say, skin tones and textures, excellent. Let's talk about this hair. I think, once again, really, really well done. The hair itself is the right style, it's the right colour. Feathers down there, down the sides of the ears there. Overall, I think it looks absolutely excellent. Can't comment on the rooted hair, but I am more than happy with this sculpted hair. Is it 100% Pacino? The big question. I don't think it's 100%. But I think it's as near enough as to not make any difference at all, at least for me anyway. I think that is quite possibly the best Al Pacino head sculpt I have ever seen in any scale. Going to chance my arm there, and there's been some good ones, but I think that is amazing. So that's the head sculpt, folks. So what we need to do next, we need to put Tony together and have a look at how this whole thing works once it's constructed. So over to the final product. So construction process complete, and time to go in for a final verdict on Blitzway's take on Tony Montana. I've got to say, first impressions of the fully constructed statue itself are, I'm gobsmacked. I think it is absolutely stunning. I think it really, really is. As a fan of Scarface and as a fan of Mr. Pacino, and his portrayal of Tony Montana, I think this really, really does do him justice. But let's talk good stuff and bad stuff. The good stuff, that's going to take a while. Bad stuff, not so long. Let's start with this base. As we mentioned before, I think they've done a cracking job with this base. I think it grounds the figure, it places the figure. I think the construction, the choice of diorama itself, I think is just is exceptional from Blitzway. I think they've done a cracking job here. That sculpt painted to look like marble is great. That rendition of the now infamous stairs, absolutely on point. Love that Tony Montana logo there at the front. My only complaint here, as I mentioned before, is that sort of that handrail, that balustrade, is just way too flimsy. I managed to get it into place, and there is a slot which actually fits into the pillar itself, the rising pillar. But that was no mean achievement without causing any more damage. So yeah, I think the only problem I have with this base, at least anyway, is the choice of materials was very odd there from Blitzway, considering the quality of the rest of this piece. The staircase itself, beautifully done. That deep red carpet is faultless as far as I'm concerned. Now the actual statue itself. Now proportions nailed on as far as I'm concerned. I think they've caught the physique and the stature of Mr. Pacino absolutely brilliantly. Not the tallest guy in the world, and that's reflected in this statue. But I think they've caught his presence and his build absolutely perfectly. The soft goods on this statue, the suit. Yeah, screen accuracy is there as far as this suit's concerned. The style is right. I like the materials that have been used. It's a cotton material in this suit here, as we mentioned. That pinstripe is absolutely screen accurate. Also, as I mentioned before, yes, it looks very creased here. It's going to be a long process to actually get these creases out. I'm going to hang fire and see how much of this creasing falls out naturally, and if we don't lose it all, then it'll be a steaming job just to get out the final creases. But on the whole, the material is very good. It's screen accurate. The colours are right. Stitch work is excellent throughout. On that vest area, on the jacket itself. The jacket itself is lined. And overall, the only threads that I found hanging down were on the collar of that shirt, but it wasn't a deal breaker. They just needed snipping off. It's just where they'd been tied off at the end and not snipped off properly. But the shirt itself, beautiful white cotton, very well stitched apart from those threads. Buttons are really nice, and the fit and finish of the soft goods can't be faulted, even down to that pocket handkerchief on the left hand side there. So yeah, great suit, really screen accurate. Where this statue really shines for me is in the head sculpt and the hands as well. You know Mr. Go Figure and his strange hand thing. I think these hands are great. Some of the best hands I've seen in a long time. Skin tones and textures really nice, as we mentioned before. Overall, they just look phenomenal. Even down to that heart tattoo on the right hand there. His sweetheart, or is it really? But yeah, overall, the hands are beautifully done. It's this head sculpt. Now, as I mentioned before, is this 100% Tony Montana? Probably not, but I still think, quite possibly, Blitzway have given us the best Al Pacino head sculpt ever. Full stop. End of story. I didn't mention the bloodshot areas of those eyes, around the edges of the eyes and the corners of the eyes, when we were taking a close-up look at that head sculpt, but they pop beautifully and just reflect the state of Tony as he deteriorates throughout the film. Hair really good, considering it's sculpted. Style is right, colour is right, as we mentioned. I love this head sculpt. I can't say enough good stuff about this head sculpt. I think it's phenomenal. I'm biased. I am a huge fan of the movie and a huge fan of Pacino, as I've mentioned numerous times in this video, but I think this head sculpt is next level stuff. I love the Blitzways work, and I don't think they've let us down here. As I mentioned before, the only real thing that I can find fault with is that rather funky gold attempt at the top of the staircase there. That really should have been done better, but yeah, it does not detract from the overall quality of this amazing statue. So a score. Now this is going to be a tough one. It really, really is. Yes, there are a few issues here, and that's going to affect the score. I was hoping that Tony here was going to walk away with a 10. Unfortunately, those minor issues are going to come into play when we score this guy. So for me, I'm going to give this a 9. I would go 9.5, but I'm going to stick with a 9. I think it's just a little bit on that head sculpt. There could be ever so slightly improved, or I'm struggling to think where, but yeah, mainly that point is being deducted for the really, really odd choice on that otherwise beautiful stand that is on that base that he's on. So there you have it, folks. That is Blitzway's take on Mr. Al Pacino as Tony Montana. What are your thoughts on this particular statue? Do you have it in your collection? Are you thinking of picking it up? Is it on its way to you? What are your thoughts on Al Pacino? What are your thoughts on Scarface the movie? What are your thoughts on Brian De Palma? What are your thoughts on Blitzway? What are your thoughts on anything at all? Nothing is off menu, so please drop a comment in the comment section below. I would be fascinated to hear your take on this particular statue. What have we got coming up on the channel? Well, in the 6 scale world, in the not too distant future, we have Iconic Studios' take on Connor McLeod. That is on its way to us as we speak, and we'll be going straight in front of the camera as soon as it arrives from another 80s iconic movie, Highlander. What else have we got on its way to us? From Caustic Plastic, we have Lon Chaney in that long lost horror classic, London After Midnight. So as I mentioned at the top there, be sure to tune in and hit that subscribe button and bell notification icon so you're not missing any of the good stuff. And I suppose all that remains for me to say is a massive thank you for watching, as always. And from myself and from Tony Montana, take care of yourselves, and until next time on the channel, happy collecting, and it's over to the showcase.